Hello everyone, it's Chrissy here from the Creative Eclectic. Happy Tuesday night! And yes, I am back, and sorry I am late for the Queensland viewers. For the rest of the country that does daylight savings, I'm almost on time. Okay, hope everyone is having a really fabulous week. Today's been one of those days, you know. You just, I don't know what on earth happened. I was going on track, and then all of a sudden I wasn't. So, hence I'm being a little late. Let's see if we're live. Okay. All right. Just sending. All right. Now, if you are watching, please say hello and let me know where you're watching from. And I am just trying to get a few people who I know who watch all the time. I'm just sending them. Hello, Glenda. Hi, Leanne. Oh, okay. So tonight we're going to be crafting with the first 2 days of the 12 days of crafting advent calendar. So if you've bought this calendar and you don't want to see the products, look away. All right, you're still in Oregon. Well, that's good. Okay, but before we have a look at the 12 days of crafting advent calendar, I want to share with you two things. Let's move this out of the way. I've got stuff everywhere because Steve said to me, it's 5 to 7, you need to be upstairs. I'm like, oh no. Okay, so last week you may have seen that Stampin Up brought out 3 new kits. Now, I was lucky enough to play with some of those said kits at a recent event, and I thought I'd just show you the cards from this kit. Miss Delphi Dog is doing really well, Glenda. She's still got another week before her stitches come out and before she can get wet. Don't tell me I didn't. Oh, yes, I did bring all 3 cards. She's doing really well. It's a challenge to stop her from scratching when she can't wear a cone, because it rubs on her wound. So yeah, she has 9 wounds at the moment. Okay, so this is the second card. Isn't it beautiful? This is oh goodness, I've forgotten the name of it, and I don't even have the brochure. Or do I have the brochure? I do. Oh, thank goodness. It is the Calm and Bright kit. So it makes 9 cards, 3 of each design. And I just think it's beautiful because it's got pink in it. So I'm really happy. It's got pink. I don't care about the other colours. And this one, it's also got some die cuts with this. It's almost like the old pearlized paper that Stampin' Up used to have. And so it's very, very pretty. Now, mine might look different to what other people's look like, because I got mine at the end of the event and we got what was left. And not everybody took the right pieces, but that's okay. So that is a really great kit that was released last week. and I was so excited. And I believe they got it on their $1 Million Achievers event. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show you, which I didn't think I would like this, and this is the World Card Making Day kit that we put together on Saturday, a few ladies, and I loved doing it at the event. Now, we added some Wink Stella to some of ours and swapped a few things around. For this kit, it has a little box that you can put some pens and some stamps, and you can stick it together properly. I changed mine up a little bit, and I really loved doing it. I thought that I wouldn't like it, and it was so much fun. Now, I changed this one around a bit. Again, added some Wink Stella because we just thought that crumb cake, I think it is. It's a cross between a crumb cake and a pecan pie. It was really dull, so that we splattered some Wink Stella on it. And it was really, really good. And I did like all the colour, how they use the colours together. Because I would never have thought to use Petal Pink and Secret Sea and Lost Lagoon together. Not at all. Okay, and then this was the last card. I don't think I changed that up at all. I didn't even put embellishments on that one. I must have been tired. So we had a really good time. If you haven't seen the class, the free class, you can still watch that on YouTube. If you registered for the class, check your emails because you would have received a nice little gift voucher to be used soon. Alright, so I think that you're actually supposed to put the envelopes in one bit. My envelopes are downstairs. Anyway, it's a really cute little kit, and I'm really glad that I ordered it and got together with Rhoda and Christine to do the class. I think it was a really fun afternoon, and we had birthday cake for Steve because it was his birthday. But the poor man, he had to work and volunteer. Oh, you had 5 people sharing your kit. Oh. Yeah, some people took the wrong bits too, Glenda. Yeah, because it was hard. I love the box. It's really good, Christine. Nice to see you, Christine. Okay. So those are the 2 things that I wanted to share with you before we got to our Advent calendar. Bye. Now, if you don't want to see it, look away, all right? And I love the box for this. And I kept raving about it, and Steve said, "Did you just pay $170 for the box?" And I went, no, but I reckon that it played a part. All right, so inside, when you open it up, there are 12 squares. So, it comes with a crafting stamp set that you can use all year round. Surprisingly, there are no Christmas stamps in here. But that's okay. You can use for someone extra special or something like that. So, Christine, you've opened all of it already. Look, I've done really well, and I have avoided YouTube because I didn't want to see what I hadn't already seen. Hi, Gail. Lovely to see you. Are you packed yet? Okay, so we're going to open the first 2. So this one here and this one here, because I have seen those 2. I couldn't look away quick enough on a video. So let's open those two. So open number 1. Now the things in this kit you won't be able to find on the Stampin' Up store. They are exclusive to the kit. Ooh. And so these are some dies that go with the stamp set. So that's cute. Oh, there's a cute few. Now, I don't know what we're making tonight. We're winging it. Hi, Rhoda. How are you? Oh, Christine. Gail, you're supposed to have been packed by now. Because if you'd packed, you could come to Coffee, Cake and Cards tomorrow. Hope you're feeling better, Rhoda. Your order arrived today too. Your kit arrived. So we'll be using those tonight. So I figured if we open 2 of these a week, and this is why I didn't want you to take this home on Saturday, Rhoda, because I wanted to open it 2 a week. Should we do 2 a week or 3? Christine, you can guide me here. Do you reckon I should do 2 or 3? Now, if you haven't seen it already, Stampin' Up have got a kit sale that's on. Of course, it happens after we order kits and get them delivered. But anyway, and it ends tomorrow. Now, I am doing a class next month, the Champagne and Crafts class with the Nutcracker kit. So if anyone wants to join me for that, let me know. So Gail can't just... Oh, Christine, you don't know how I can wait. So do you think I should open 3 tonight? So the second window was paper. I guess there's only 3 weeks remaining in October. We could open. So it's only single-sided paper, but oh, look at that. So you've got Pretty in Pink and some Secret Sea and some Basic Beige. Oh, some Cloud Cover and Secret Sea and Darling Duckling. Oh, look at that. So my plan was tonight to make a card using the first 2 items from the Advent calendar. No, Rhoda, there is nothing worse than change of season colds. It is a Friday night. I think it might be. I think it's the last Friday in November. I just did all the stuff for it, and do you think I can remember the dates? I've spent hours doing my newsletter today, and when I got up here I realised I forgot to send it. So after this we will need to go back down and send my newsletter, because it's got the dates of the class. But yeah, it's a Friday night, and it's a BYO bubbles, and I provide some snacks and the kit and alternate projects. This DSP is really lovely, and what I love about it being single-sided is that you don't get an ugly side And you certainly don't get so they're all actually pretty designs. So but I'm a bit stuck. I'm thinking that I'm going to have to open box number 3 as well. Hopefully that'll have some embellishments or something in it that can guide me a bit more on what we're going to make, because I have no clue what we're making. I'm not opening the whole calendar tonight, okay? Only doors 1, 2 and 3. And it's so pretty. Oh my goodness, look at that bling. Oh wow. But it looks like it needs glue or something. Maybe good for shaker cards, wouldn't it? Oh. Okay. Well, I think we're going to start with a green background, because I need to make a birthday card. Right, so we'll start with that green. We can use more than one piece of paper on this. I'm thinking I really like... Now, I haven't seen anything made with this kit other... so I'm flying really blind here. Wonder if... Do the dies cut out any of the flowers? Let's just see. Because that might make it even easier to decide. No, it doesn't cut out those flowers. No, that's all right. So that's a bit disappointing, but there are no other poinsettia shaped flowers. Okay, so we've got your downline set on your living room floor and tore every door open. Oh no. Oh, I have deliberately not watched anything about it other than what we were told at Alita's Facebook Live, just so that I could experience the joy of opening it. I've got this. Look at that, the back of the box. That's even pretty. I know, yes, I didn't buy it for... so these are low inventory. So if you want one, you need to order it. So our first 3 products in the kit after the stamp set are the papers. Oh, sorry, the dies, the papers and some bling. All right. Well, let's see how we go. Now, luckily, I've got some white cardstock, which makes a really good base. And I'm just going to fold that in half. I might just bring that down a little bit. Okay, can you still see me? Yep. Alright, we're just going to fold that in half. Now we're just going to make a really simple card tonight. Oh, Glenda, you've seen what's in every box. Oh. I do have ink. I have ink. I bought up what inks I thought might be in here. But I bought up Garden Green instead of Old Olive, but I do have Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. So, and I've got some Timid Tiger. and some darling ducklings. So we should be okay. We're in the process of discussing how we might change up my craft room in terms of cupboards and stuff, I like that technical term, so that it works better for me and so that I can actually film in my craft room and not have to share a space with Steve. Not that I don't mind sharing a space with Steve, but it would be much easier when you're doing a Facebook Live to just be able to go, oh, I need old olive ink. I'm just going to turn around and pick it up off the shelf. So I could be less organised. Oh, and you're probably all groaning going, Chrissy, we don't need you to be less organised. Alright, so I'm just cutting the front of the card to 3 3/4 by 5.5 inches. So Leanne, whatever your basic front would be. And I bought up my cardstock scraps. So every time I have something less than an A4, I pop it in the scraps. So I'm thinking, I think that's cloud cover. No, it's not right, not really. Might be balmy blue. Alright, we won't be using cloud cover and we won't be using garden green. What else have we got down here? We have got some Secret Sea. And what else could I use? I'm thinking of changing my mind. That doesn't have Timid Tiger in it. I thought it would have Timid Tiger in it. That looks more like cloud cover. I don't know. All right. It's both a surprise when you can't open, someone opens it in front of you, doesn't it? I'm liking the blue and the white, but then I like this shade of blue too. But anyway, we're going to go with what we have. So we're going to do a really easy design tonight, I think. So I'm going to use probably a sketch. I've got a sketch that is one of my favourites. I don't even have it written down though. So this is going to be 3 1/4 inches by 4 inches. Okay. So I really love this paper. So we're going to make this 3 3/4 inches. And the reason I love this paper is it just doesn't all go the one way. It sort of, you don't have to worry about it being a directional pattern. So that's 3 1/4 inches by 3 inches. Oh, yeah. So Last week was the start of the new Stampin' Up year, and so I set myself another big goal for the year. Actually, I set myself 2 goals for the year. One was to increase my team so that 53 years, Leanne. That's how old I am. You've known your best friend your whole life. Hey, my whole life, yeah. Anyway, so my goal is to increase my team members by what did I write it down? By 12. So this year, and my other goal is to reach my 200,000 CSV in Korea sales. So that's around 200,000 US dollars for our Australian friends. So it's a pretty big undertaking. I have given myself 18 months to reach that 200,000 Korea sales goal, but I would like to reach it before Steve officially retires. So, hey Marnie, thanks for watching. Hope your first day back at school was awesome. Alright, so we've got these little pieces here. Now, if I just stuck that on there, that's going to be a little bit boring. So I'm going to grab another piece. Hope you're well, Marnie. I'm going to grab another piece of blue. And I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. Make it about 2.5 inches. I'm just making it narrower. I'm not making it. And I'm going to grab a piece of white and make that 2.25 inches. Oh, that's fantastic, Marnie. I hope you're feeling good. So what did I make that? I made that 2.5, so I'm just going to make that 2.25. And we're just going to make this one, it's currently 4. We're going to cut it down to 3.5. And we're going to cut this one down to 3.25. So we're winging it tonight, Marnie. We're playing with the first 3 items from the advent calendar. Did I cut that right? Yeah. All right. So I've got my little pieces. So I am going to do a little bit, I've got a bit of scrap as well. I'm going to, I think I'd like to make a little birthday cake. I think that would be nice because I need to have a birthday card. So I wonder if I can fit 3 birthday cakes on here. Now I will do some die cutting, never fear. I'm doing everything. Leanne, I'm pretty close to that. The team one is a big, hairy, audacious goal. I have never had a team that big. And now is as good a time as any. Yeah, and as for the 200,000 in Korea sales, I think that would be nice to achieve, and but some people achieve it very, very quickly. I'm not one of those people. All right, so this little piece here that I'm using, which is this piece here, is, I believe it's a base of our little cake. So we're going to make it, we're going to stamp that on in Secret C. Now I need my trusty little piercing mat. Look what Steve did for me so that I would know that it was mine. He's such a good man. So we're going to stamp our little cake, and I'm going to stamp off, if I could find it, I'm gonna, on a piece of scrap. I had all my scrap paper in a pile, but it found its way to the bin, so I'm just going to stamp it off very lightly. Well, that's not going to work. Yeah, thanks, Gail. Yeah, got to stay positive. Steve announced his unofficial retirement date, but yeah, so that is good. But it'd be nice to achieve that. And if I work at it steadily, I can get there, you know. It's not always, like some of the career goals people have, when they are reliant on other people. Well, I thought there was a die for this one. There's not. I'm going to have to rethink that. All right. I got distracted. Let me just go back here. We're going to have to do some fussy cutting in a minute. All right. I'm going to stamp the two end pieces. Just let's start again. The two end pieces, two end cakes, and we're having 3 cakes. So I'm stamping one there, and then I will stamp that off. So this is second generation stamping if you're new to watching. Okay, and then I'm going to cut out that one. All right. Okay. It's always good to have goals. And I am not generally a goal setter. So, yeah, for me to set some goals is sort of a big deal. Right, so now we've got our little, we're going to do the top of our cake. Now I'm trying to think of the colours that I have, what is going to go best with the bottom of our cake. And even though I put the cloud cover paper away, I'm going to bring that back. And I'm going to see what it looks like if I stamp the Secret C on the cloud cover. I think that looks pretty cute. And I don't, does it clash? No, I don't like that. Okay. I just talk to myself all the time in crafting. All right, well, let's see what other colours might go that I've got. I've got which do we think? Do we think that Timid Tiger or Darling Duckling should be the top of our cake? I'm thinking maybe, and Darling Duckling isn't a colour that I use often. Oh, it's got ink all over the outside of it. I don't know that I've even used it. I might have used it once. So let's just see on our scratchy paper what Darling Duckling looks like. Luckily we've got more. Now we'll see what Timid Tiger looks like. I think I like the Timid Tiger better. What do you think? Timid Tiger, Darling Duckling. Everyone needs a backup plan, Leanne. Wow, that's really good. I'm glad you made it halfway from your 5-person monthly class. See, unfortunately then, because of the exchange rate and all of the different factors, our products are a bit more expensive than US products. So we need to probably spend another half again, or sell another half again to get incentive trip. So it's much harder to sell products when they are more expensive. All right, so do we like the Timid Tiger? I think that'll be okay. Let's cut out this one. Let's fussy cut it. Now I could change my mind and decide we need to do butterflies instead. And as I'm saying that, I'm thinking, let's just ditch the cake and let's do butterflies. All right, I've just decided, executive decision. And we'll be able to turn that piece over. That'll be fine. All right, so we're going to do some butterflies instead. So you get to see my whole messy creative process. And we've got a butterfly in here somewhere. I seem to be missing 2 blocks out of my case. Right down the bottom, sorry about that. Liam, we still have to sell the same amount of CSV, but it's just more in dollars. Yeah. Yeah. So it's about, to an incentive trip just on sales, it's about 65,000 Australian dollars. Just about. Right. Oh, look at that little butterfly. That's a cute thing. All right. It needs a body. Now we don't have any brown, but we can do the body in Secret C. Now do we have, for the body, do we have, there's going to be one we don't have a die for either. Oh, that's a shame. We've got a little butterfly die though. A teeny one. That's all right. So we're just practicing before we put it together. We're just practicing what it might look like. All right. Oakley dokley. Is Megan watching tonight? Hope so. Did anyone watch Australian Story with the story about Valerie the Dash Hound? Megan sent it to me last night and it is the best story. So Valerie the Dash Hound went missing on Kangaroo Island for 527 days. So his poor family. Alright, so those two colours look alright together. So let's just start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stamp the sentiment first. So we want this to be a birthday one. So we're going to put birthday wishes on it. Alright. Anyway, Valerie the Dash Hound, let me tell you the rest of the story. It's so proved to be very evasive and no one could catch her. And anyway, her parents had taken her there on a holiday to Kangaroo Island, and they weren't holding out much hope because there were hawks and all sorts of other animals, predators like snakes and all those things on Kangaroo Island. And remarkably, the local wildlife people ended up finding her, or a farmer found her, and they found her and they managed to capture her and return her to her family. Oh, Megan's not here yet. So yeah, Megan sent me the story and it was such a good story. And when they returned Valerie to the family, I had a few tears. It was the best story. So if you watch it, it's on Australian. If you want the link, I'll put it in the comments because it is the best story. And it's had such a nice, happy ending. Anyway, so we've got a butterfly. We're going to add a couple of little other flowers to this. We're just going to add little flowers. Now this won't be the most spectacular card that I will ever make, but it'll be okay. And it'll be cute. And it's hard when you have no clue what the products are that you're going to be using. I just want my bit of scrap paper back. I'm just using a little flowers to tie in that navy. So we've got a lot of navy. Yeah. And I put the paper down because I'm stamping off the edge. Oh, you watched that story last night with your mum. Wasn't it great? It was such a good story. And I said to my niece this morning, she's got Chip, her dash hound, and I said, lucky it wasn't Chip that got lost because he's got long fur. That would have just been a nightmare to see a dash hound with long fur get lost. And I'm just amazed that Valerie wasn't eaten by a snake or a hawk or something. So we've got got some flowers in that corner. Now I don't know if I'm stamping these right or whatever, but it's okay. So we've got these little bits, these little flowers. So we might add a bit of daffodil. Now we might add a bit more timid tiger with these little flowers. I'll just stamp it off to make it a bit paler. I'm going to use a different one, a smaller one. It's got so many stamps in this set, so yeah. It's always a challenge to do something with limited supplies, but I think it's also good because when you have a choice of too many things to use, you can get really overwhelmed. Well, I can anyway. And so it's always nice just to use something, like try and use a little bit rather than too much. All right, now this one needs something in the middle. I'm pretty sure there's a stamp for that. All right. I've got this one here. We'll just stamp it off. I'll stamp it in. I'm not really a fan of Darling Duckling. It's sort of a bit of a mustardy colour. I probably shouldn't have done that. What I probably should have done is got my Wink of Stella and put some Wink of Stella on the block, and then dabbed that in the centre. I'm going to colour them in. That's going to be a timid tiger hybrid. I'm going to stamp over top of that again. Okay. We might put the butterfly there. How's that? The little butterfly that I'm going to die cut. Let's just do another timid tiger stamp. I'm going to do it down here. Right, and then I'll just get a bit of that timid tiger ink. Now this deliberately isn't a Christmas set, okay? And I think that's important to remember that. It's deliberately not meant to be a Christmas set. And you know, I'm going to add that bling to the middle of that because I don't like the middle. Let's quickly grab my die cutting machine. And I've got ink all over my fingers, which will now end up all over my shirt. Yeah. So, yes, we're in negotiations about changes to my craft room, I was saying before. And because one of the things that I struggle with is that I don't have bench space. I've got a teeny little table, and yeah, I'm trying to use stuff that just doesn't work. and with the new products that are coming, and the new die packaging and stamp packaging, it's a good time to look at that and see what might work a little bit better. I've got my die cutting machine here, so I've got my base plate and my top plate. My plate 1, plate 2. And now I'm just going to grab a little scrap of, and literally it is a little scrap of the Timid Tiger. And I want to cut 2 of these because I want to do one for the inside of the card as well. Yeah, that will work. Gonna press that little one. Oh, how cute is that little die cut? That is super cute. Oh, look at it. So that's gonna work. I'm gonna get another one for the inside. Now, what else can I tell you is happening in the Stampin' Up world? Oh, the Traditions of Christmas class is now available. It's a virtual class. Now, one of the complaints that I've heard is that it'll be American card sizes. And yes, it will. But certainly it's easy to adapt, alright? So, and it makes sense that, well, Stampin' Up's home office is in the US and the majority of their demonstrators and their customers are in the US. That doesn't mean, though, that at other times they don't create stuff that certainly is for the Australian and European market. So, yeah. So, even if you're concerned about the fact that it is a different card size, it's always good to do the class because you can later on just adapt it and it'll be fun. And the people who did the scrapbooking virtual class, everyone that I've spoken to who did that just raved about it and said it was so good. So I'm really hoping that this new class will be just as good. Right. Okay, so we've got our pieces back here. Just moving a few things out the way so I can now the thing I like about this little stamp set is that it's not a you have to line everything up accurately set, right? It's quite rustic, so if you don't get everything in the right place, it's not going to wreck your card completely. Alrighty, so let's just grab our piece of Secret Sea back and we'll start putting it together. Alright. I'm hoping you're liking this card. And I am sorry I was a little late and starting tonight. And I think if you're in the southern states, you're probably thinking, oh, Chrissy's really late because the Broncos won the grand final. And it's sort of like, the rugby league grand final, but I don't watch football, so it wasn't really on my radar, although I did watch it, and I'm very proud of our team, our women's and our men's teams for both winning. But that's not why I was late. And all right, so it's just the day got away from me. I was so focused on doing my newsletter and trying to get that out that I completely lost track of time. I haven't even had dinner yet. I'm starving. And all I can say is thank goodness we're not on daylight savings. All right, so I'm hoping this is going to work out okay. So we're going to... You could leave the background paper off, but I do think it needs some back. And you can play with the orientation of everything. And in hindsight, I probably should have cut that green one a bit bigger, but I have another piece. So let's cut that one a little bit bigger. I'm sorry, I just saw it started to disconnect for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. Alright. Hopefully I wasn't talking for too long without having any connection. Don't you hate that when that happens? Alright. So I am going to pop this one over here, and I want it to go outside the card front, like, so it's right on this fold. And I could have made that a little bit smaller. Sorry, I just realised I was grinding my teeth. I hope you couldn't hear that. Oh dear. And then I grab our dimensionals. Yeah, I'm sorry I keep losing connection. I've lost it twice, so I'm hoping it's fixed now. I pay all this money to live in the city where it's supposed to have good broadband, and it doesn't. Well, no, we don't have broadband. We've got wireless 5G. So it's supposed to work. Alrighty. Okay, I'm hoping that you're still all watching. I'm just going to pop this one down here. And I'm going to pop this little butterfly up here. And I was going to do the second butterfly inside the card, but I have, well, I did lose it twice, Marnie, but it might be your end too, because I do know that when you and I talk, you often lose connection. So I won't take all the credit. All right, so I'm just going to pop this little butterfly up there, and that covers up the flower that I don't really like. And I want 3 butterflies, I've decided. Now, I think this one could go about here. Now I have this one that I used before that for my practice, and what I want to do is just quickly fussy cut two of the wings. And I'm okay that they've got blue on them. So I'm just really quickly fussy cutting, and you'll see when I'm fussy cutting these, I'm just turning the paper. So Christine P, are you still watching? How about that Brisbane Raw game last week, hey? I'm sorry, I shouldn't stir. Leanne, we had two different codes of football grand final, and then we also had rugby union Better Cup against New Zealand. So my husband has been very happy because the Brisbane Lions won the AFL grand final, and the New Zealand team, the All Blacks, won the Better Cup, and the Brisbane Broncos won the Rugby League grand final. So he's quite happy with the results, and but Brisbane has a big following. It merged with another club in Victoria for the AFL grand final many years ago, so they still use that. They still have lots of fans there, hopefully. Yes, I believe so, Gail. Definitely. I don't go for Australia in the Bledisloe Cup. Can I say that and not be... I always go for the New Zealand All Blacks. I have done since Steve and I got together. Because they're a great side. Alright. And to be honest, we didn't mind if in the NRL grand final, we wouldn't have minded if the Melbourne Storm had have won. But yeah, it didn't matter because the Broncos won, and I was more impressed by the women's game anyway. So we won 3 grand finals. I don't know about the women's AFL grand final. I don't know who won that. Don't know if Brisbane was even in the competition. But anyway, alright, so we've used the paper that's in the advent calendar. We've used the die cuts. We've got our little butterfly, this butterfly sitting up. I think I'll do the other one. I think I'll do the whole thing. I'm not really a football fan, so apparently I'm supposed to go for Tottenham Hotspurs in the English Premier League, and it's really funny. Years ago I volunteered at the Commonwealth Games, and I am, out of my family, I am the person that is least interested in televised sport. Right, I watch the Olympics and the Commonwealth Games, but I would rather get my teeth pulled than watch televised sport. So it was ironic that I volunteered for the Commonwealth Games. But it was the best experience ever. So when Brisbane gets her act together and has the Olympics here, I'll be volunteering for that, and it's so much fun. Ah. Well, my husband's from New Zealand, Gail, and he played for Canterbury, which is a feeder team. To the All Blacks, and he, because he was quick, but he was little, so he said it was too, he said, what did he say? He said, I got creamed in the first half, meaning that they just steamrolled over him because they were all big Maori guys. Oh, who's your cousin, Gail? Alright, so we've got those. Alright, now we're going to grab our silicone craft mat and work out these little embellishments. I don't want to tip too many out. Oh, there's different sizes. Ooh. Pity they aren't adhesive backed. Let's see if I can get another little one. I just want 3. Nope, that's a big one. Are there 3 different sizes? It looks like there's 3 different sizes. I want some more little ones. I've got glue all over my fingers, so I'm really worried they're going to stick to me. How can I have glue all over my fingers just after that? Chris Jack. I'll ask Steve if he knows of him. Wouldn't know of him because I'm not that interested. I only knew the captain, Richie, and he's no longer the captain, but he was gorgeous, so that's why I knew who he was. So shallow. Anyway, all right. Let's pop a little bit. I've popped a bit of glue on my silicone craft mat. And pop. I'm going to pop 2 of these glittery sequins. I don't know if they go or not, you know. I'm going to pop 2 of the little glittery sequins on that little butterfly. Come on. Stick in place. I love my take my pick tool for this. Alright. Then we'll add a bigger one. Oops, to the centre of that flower that I mixed up. Come on, stick down there. They're sort of faceted. They're quite cute. And then I think I might just we need another spot of glue. So we're a little bit over time, but I did have lots to share with you earlier. Let's pop that one there. Oh, it's got way too much glue on. There we go. I've got 1, 2, 3, so we need to have 5, so we will put another little one. Hard to see which is the right side and which is the wrong side. Alright, so there we go. We have got our little first card using the dies, the embellishments, and the paper, and the stamp set from the first 12 days of crafting advent calendar. So we haven't decorated the inside. Oh, we better do that. I cut the strips to do the inside. Let's just get those. Oh, I've got little bits everywhere. All right. Oh, Ben Hunt from the Broncos lived. Oh, that's cool. And you know, Glenda, I have no clue who that is. Is he the guy that got knocked out? Well, he didn't completely go unconscious, but there was one of them that took a very big hit to the head. All right. And I only know who Reese Walker is because he was rude to me when I saw him out in public, because I didn't know who he was because I'm not a football follower, and he was a bit arrogant, a bit rude because I didn't know who he was. But anyway, that's his issue, not mine. So there we go. We are... Marnie, I thought you were going to bed. Good night. All right. So that is our finished card. We've done really well since I have no clue what I was doing. I didn't even have a proper sketch. So, I meant to tonight draw the card guts challenge, but I haven't done that. So I will draw that separately in another video. Yes. Okay. So I did know who a football player was, Glenda. I felt so sorry for him, but he still got to play. And I hope he's okay, because that concussion is pretty bad. Okay, so that is a card. So remember, we've got coffee cake and cards tomorrow from 10:30 at Sip and Spice Cafe, because it's the second Wednesday of the month. And we are doing a very cute Christmas card tomorrow, because we're getting... and then next week is Craft and Chat. So that'll be fun. So that's where you bring your own projects and some snacks to share. And it doesn't have to be a card. It can be anything that you like. I think that's next week. And it's lots of fun. I enjoy it. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me tonight, and have a great week. And if you have any questions at all, please let me know. And if you need help ordering the kits from the kit sale, also let me know. The sale ends tomorrow night at midnight, but midnight New South Wales time, not Queensland time. So keep in mind the daylight savings time zone difference. Okay, until next time, happy creating and bye for now.